If you've been waiting until you feel more confident, more ready, or more qualified, this tapping is for you. So, I'm Angie Grant, and welcome to Don't Make Me Tap Again, the podcast where we use EFT tapping to help release stress, create relaxation and peace in our body. And today, we are tapping on this energy that we're all feeling, we're all experiencing. Today, on May 27th, we're moving into the energy of Gate 16 through the lens of human design. You don't need to know anything about human design. You don't even need to remember that we're in Gate 16. But here's what this energy is about. And maybe you've experienced some of this. Excuse me, I almost had a cough. I did have a cough. Maybe you've experienced this energy yourself. It's about feeling like you're not ready, feeling like you need to know more or have more experience, or that you're not yet good enough. It sometimes can feel a little bit like perfectionism, but this energy, or the shadow of this energy, is really rooted in fear and anxiety and feeling like we need to be perfect in order to put ourselves out there. But Gate 16 teaches us the lesson that the excitement of the experience is actually just in the doing. It's in the finding the joy in the moments instead of being so hooked on what the outcome is going to look like. So with this energy, it gives us this opportunity to experience what it feels like to just be present in the moment, to experience what we're experiencing with joy and enthusiasm without worrying about how things are going to turn out. But when we're stuck in the shadow, which is where many of us are, it can leave us feeling like we can't really try yet until we're better, or until we know more, or until we've had more practice. But the practice comes from the doing. We'll often hold ourselves back because we think that our beginning, when we're learning a new skill or trying something new and scary, we often think that where we're at should look like where other people are putting themselves out there, but they might be in the middle of their journey or experience. I know when I first became a coach, or first started putting myself out on social media, I would compare myself to my mentor who had been doing it for years. She was a marketing specialist. She'd been putting herself out there for years. And I would often feel inadequate, like I wasn't good enough because I wasn't at the level that she was. Well, one, I'm not her. And two, of course, I'm not at the level she is, because the joy, the experience comes from just the doing. And so being able to tap into this energy is a powerful way to help get us out there and doing the things that in our gut we know we should be doing. So this gate is really an interesting energy, because on the other end of it, so in human design, every gate has a match that it's connected to in the human design chart. And sometimes we might have one of those energies and not the other. And our body, our energy is seeking that other energy. Well, I have the opposite end of Gate 16. I don't, Gate 16 isn't one of my lessons in my chart, but the opposite end is Gate 48. And Gate 48 on the shadow side it's the gate of inadequacy, feeling like you're not good enough. And so when I'm stuck in the shadow, I can often feel like I'm not good enough. And the gate of zest teaches us, on the opposite end of that energy flow, teaches us to just put ourselves out there, that the excitement, the learning's in the doing. So that's what I want us to tap on today, because I find that this comes up so much in parenting. There's so much comparison out there on social media. And as parents, we feel so much pressure to be better and be the best and create this beautiful picture of who our family is. And in our desperate attempt to be perfect, we're creating our own stress loop in our homes. And the stress loop is causing us to move farther and farther away from what we're trying to be, right? When we're stressed and we're anxious because we feel like we're not good enough and we're afraid to try, then we're creating this fear loop in our nervous system that is causing us to be more reactive with our kids and with our partners, because we're stuck in this loop instead of just calming our nervous system with a tool like EFT tapping and just enjoying the moments, being present. So this is what we're going to tap on today. That was a lot of explaining about this, but I find this energy really interesting as a way to help us be more present for ourselves, for our loved ones, even at work. So With tapping, all you have to do if it feels right to you is follow along. Of course, this is a relaxation strategy. It is not a replacement for healthcare or mental health care, but hopefully something to help you feel a little bit better. Oh, before we start tapping, just check in with yourself. When you think about the last time that you wanted to do something and you didn't do it, how does that sit with you? Do you feel a knot in your stomach or maybe a little tightness in your chest? Do you feel anxious or worried when you think about that thing that you really want to do and you didn't do it because you felt like you weren't ready? Give yourself a score with that. We use something called the SUD score, the subjective units of discomfort or distress. And it's a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being no discomfort or distress or pain, 10 being a lot of pain, which can be emotional pain, physical pain, however your body processes that. Give yourself a score when you think about holding yourself back and wanting to do something, but feeling like you're not good enough. Where does that sit with you? And then let's get to tapping. So even though I feel this pressure that I need to be perfect before I can do, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, even though I'm afraid of trying and failing. I choose to stay open to the experience, even though I feel like I'm not ready yet. Like I'm going to be a failure. I'm willing to trust that readiness grows through doing. All right, stop tapping, take a nice deep breath. And on the top of the head, I should already know this. I should already be good at this. This should already be easy. Everyone else seems further along. What if I'm not good at it? What if I fail? I don't trust the process. I feel like I need to have it all figured out. And we're going to go again. We're going to address some patterns. I've failed in the past. I don't measure up to others. Sometimes I'm not great at things when I first start them. Perfectionism has kept me safe. I believe I'm someone who needs to learn before I can do. I have a history of not being great at things when I try. I'm afraid to put myself out there. And I've been ridiculed before. And then we're going to settle in some new thought patterns to help maybe move past some of this perfectionism. What if it's safe to try? What if it's safe to fail? What if it's the experience that I'm supposed to be doing, not the perfectionism? I can fail and feel safe. I can try something new and I'll be okay. I can put myself out there and learn from whatever happens. What if I actually succeed? I trust the process. And stop tapping. Take another nice deep breath. Now just take a moment to check in with your body. See if you notice any shifts, any changes, any more peace in your body, any more calmness or relaxation. If early on maybe you felt that knot in your stomach when you were thinking about putting yourself out there, has it moved or changed or dissipated at all? It's okay if it hasn't. If you've noticed any changes or if your score has changed, then that should be some key evidence that you're onto something here, that maybe perfectionism is holding you back, or feeling like you need to have it all figured out is holding you back and maybe causing you stress that you weren't even aware of. So if that's true for you, if your score has changed a little bit, or you have you're feeling less discomfort somewhere in your body that you were feeling before, then I encourage you to go back and repeat this tapping sequence until your score gets down to a 1 or a 0, because I trust that that can happen for you. Of course, I can't guarantee it, but I see time and time again the power of EFT tapping, and I I want for you to get over perfectionism because you have beautiful gifts to share with the world. And nobody's going to see them when you're holding yourself back, when you're too stinking worried about what other people are going to think. So put yourself out there, let go of the stress that's holding you back. And yeah, put this on repeat until you feel amazing. So until next time, tap, tap.